1. Okay. Three, two, one. Okay. 1. Okay. Three, two, 1. Okay. Okay. Three, two, 1. Okay.
Hello everybody. Before we get started, as always, I want to give a shout out to the lovely music we've been listening to during pre-stream here. This is Dreamer by Declan DP. You can find the information in the lower left hand corner of the screen. Thank you to Declan and everybody like them who makes either free to use or low cost assets for us streamers so we can have better streams. Thank you very much. Haja! Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever it is in your part of the world. I am Deuscain, your variety type streamer for the night, who is not a little bit late because I definitely wasn't looking at Twitter. Sorry about that. But hey, how are you doing? How was your Monday? I had a very productive day, actually. I had off in America for the Labor Days, and I chose to spend my time working on content. So I have all of my VODs scheduled out through to, I think, the end of September, and I was doing shorts and highlights. Or shorts, clips, and highlights until basically just before the start of stream. So, yeah, got some good stuff. I'm scheduled out to like somewhere next week in terms of shorts, but I also like downloaded a couple more because I have a few that I can process. I haven't finished yet. And I'm kind of sitting in the last like big just chatting VOD that we had. And there's a bunch of like stories and stuff that I told in there that I want to try and like clip out and cut into smaller pieces for videos. But we are here and we're going to be doing some Tavern Talk tonight. And I was hoping that I could finish the game tonight. If we don't finish Tavern Talk tonight, I know for a fact Wargroove has one mission left. So if we don't finish Tavern Talk tonight, I might switch tomorrow's Fury stream back to Tavern Talk just to finish it off. Because it's not that I don't like the game. I just don't want to start a stream next week and have it be like 20 minutes or whatever's left in it. And I don't know what to expect anymore from Tavern Talk. Like, we just finished Act 3 last time. There were some huge revelations and stuff going on, and I don't know where it's gonna go from here. It's genuinely like I don't know what it's gonna do. So yeah, things are a bit crazy. I did do a little bit of research on the game, and I see that there's 2 more quests to take care of. One of which I've already arranged, but I don't know what I'm missing for the last one. But we are gonna have 2 more quests left, and I'm curious how this is all gonna pan out towards the end, because good lord, there's some shit going down. The old T-face there. Kind of want to add something to this. Bear with me for a moment, chat. Yeah. Put that here and... We'll put it like there or something. Little gold thing sitting in the corner. So. But I realized I didn't have that on this one at all. So. But yeah, we are in Act 4. We just finished Act 3 last time. Huge revelations, plot changing things going on. Jeez, I'm still coughing like crazy, and I made some fresh tea right before stream to kind of like try and clear out my throat. I guess this is more like in my lungs than my throat. But yeah, What else is going on? Sorry if I didn't give people much notice, but I did have a surprise collab this past weekend with PerryLoon90, which also, hi Perry, I see you in the chat earlier. Hello. We were playing some Monster Hunter, and we did a bunch of late game Monster Hunter Sunbreak creatures, so had fun with that. But I think, when is that VOD scheduled to go live? I think, that one might be in October, because I gave a little bit of time. But if you want to see any of my VODs, I do have a YouTube channel. And I strongly recommend people check it out, because I'm putting clips there, I'm putting shorts, I'm putting highlights, I'm putting VODs. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But yeah, there's not a lot to add from Friday night. Wargroove is now at like essentially the last mission. I spent basically the entire weekend playing Monster Hunter. Today is the first day I don't know if I played any Monster Hunter today, but I basically played it all day Saturday and Sunday. So I played it for a while before collabing with Perry, and then I went and did like a couple of adulting things and got groceries, and then I obviously collabed with Perry for like 3 hours, and that was kind of my Sunday. Also, I'm on like 1 dose of caffeine today, so if I'm extra sweepy, I apologize for that. But yeah, my ass has been a little slow moving for the last few days because I haven't been taking very good care of myself again. So, gonna try to not stay up too late tonight. Get some rest and feel better tomorrow. Because I haven't been doing it. But yeah, I mean, unless you guys want to hear me playing through Monster Hunter some more. I'm running through it with the Insect Glaive now, and that's interesting to see how it plays differently than the other weapons I'm used to. Because weapons like the Longsword and the Gun Lance really got a lot of love for their Silkbind moves, their like special attacks. But the Insect Glaive is crap. Like the first 2 you start with are essentially repositioning moves. They're not good. And then the first one you unlock through progression is like you either throw yourself into the air and then come down on an enemy, or if you are above them with the Insect Glaive, you can just pull yourself straight down. But unlike the Lance's version, which hits multiple times, this is 1 single hit, and it's so bad. It's genuinely just a bad skill. And I finally got to Master Rank 4 last night in the main quest progression, and that unlocked the next batch of Silkbind moves and switch skills for me. And I finally got a good one for the other button, but that's essentially like you throw your Kinsect at the opponent and then drag yourself to the Kinsect and collect the whatever essences it has on it at the time, which it's great if you have it, but otherwise it's just like I don't care. I guess it's better than just like the other one, which is like vaulting myself forward, spinning through the air, which is essentially a version of your right trigger jump, like a version of your vault that is just more horizontal. Like it includes the vault and a dash, but it's just purely a repositioning move. They're so unbalanced with who they gave so good Silkbind moves to, because Insect Glaive has had crap, Dual Blazes have had crap, Gun Lance, and I can't even say like that it's like, oh, they balanced out the weapons by giving weak weapons strong moves and strong weapons, you know, repositioning tools. And it's like, but they didn't. Like Gun Lance, Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Sunbreak have like the best Gun Lance has ever been. It's been insanely strong, and there's no balancing to it. So, definitely haven't played all the weapons, but man, some of them really got the gold star treatment, and some of them really just didn't. And I'm hoping that we get better with whatever is going to be in Wilds, because that's one of the videos I drafted tonight. I don't think I've scheduled it out yet. Maybe I did, but I was talking about how, like, watching through the weapon tutorial videos for Monster Hunter Wilds, if you pay close attention to weapons you're familiar with, there are things in those videos that are not part of the normal moveset. And I'm like, oh, this is weird and different. This is something else. This is some kind of skill. So it's either new button presses we're getting, or it's like switch skills, or not silk binds, because the silkworms aren't there anymore. But there's something. Like, I think we're gonna have our anime moves again. So it'll be good. Oh no. Oh no. Now that I finally stopped hyper focusing on editing, my body's just like, oh good, it's time to sleep now? No, body, it's time to stream. Why do you keep doing this? Oh my goodness. I'm actually I'm gonna do a quick be right back and go get me like a soda, because I got some like root beer at the store this weekend and I need a little bit of sugar. So be right back in just a second, then we'll jump into the game. Alright everybody, I am back. Let me boot up the game now, and we will jump right in. Apologies for the delay. Okay, there it is. Audio looks good. Okay. So this changed. This was a different picture last time. Thank you, Perry. So is this like another variation of Fable? What's the wanted wall? Boutrous the Boisterous. Poetry is radical, perhaps too radical to justify his crimes against humanity. Wanted Sakura. Fed the most disgusting drink I've ever been given to Andu. Poor little buddy gave me quite a look. Banned for biting the hand that fed him. Oh, these are banned from the bar. Ariel Divinity Evergreen was trying to sell empty flasks, claiming it was actually contained a potion of invisibility. Oh my god, I love this. Wanted, Surwa, suspected of stealing magical items from other adventurers that are customers of the tavern. Banned for napping too long from Artemis. Wizard of Paws, banned for causing too much chaos due to the innkeeper trying out his new catnip recipe. Banned for taking all the fancy cups, though she swears she didn't do it. Quilin. Arya did tell too many bad pun-themed jokes even though she thought they were incredible. Now I'm doing it too. Sabrina, disturbing the peace, opossums, and firecrackers will no longer be allowed on the premises. Yami, overtly flirts with patrons, might also steal your wallet. Banned for gathering all the shiny tavern decorations and hiding them under the bar after drinking too much coffee. Duranuli Cave Flayer Chaos Helm. Oh my god, how many are there? Azure, banned from the tavern for making Quest Maiden cry. I'm still very, very sorry. Drunkenly summoned frogs and toads into the establishment. Banned for multiple attempts trying to smuggle her celestial chinchilla friend under her jumper. As we explained to her, we cannot verify his age to drink by the color of his teeth. Made an atrocious drink that could knock out almost anyone by the horrible taste alone. Are these like Kickstarter people? Banned for his poor singing and unpaid fine for broken glasses. Wanted headless. Banned for stealing every spoon. Tater, banned for eating all the tater tots in the tavern and not leaving a good enough tip. At least that's what he thinks. He actually forgot to pay for his meal. Banned for stealing a barrel needed as a dragon mug? Mika tried to steal Andu 28 times. Banned the tavern for incessantly performing popular Wellspring song Wall of Wonder. Banned for their amazing entrances to the inn, like jumping through the window, flying through the front door, dropping in through the ceiling somehow, announcing, everyone, behold, for I am here. Banned for impersonating royalty, eating a lich's phylactery, and theft. Oh my god. Hey, banned for overfeeding, playing with Andu after working hours. How did she get in here? Banned for avant-garde performances and table-flipping temper. Warning may start a brawl over musical critiques. Horde of chickens. Using our drinks in her alchemist experiments. Don't need an indoor blizzard. Reason for banning angering the dice gods. Aether. Eating the tavern's entire stock of meat in one night. Dear God. Trying to share their coffee and beans with Andu. Actively provoking bar fights between customers, then disappearing to watch the chaos somewhere else. Banned from the tavern for getting a tad too rowdy. Conspiracy theories. Plopping a head of his... Oh god, he brought a head from a hunt in. Banned for taking someone every time the bartender turned away. And it was the one who caught him. 3 stools, a bottle, a can of herbs, and broke windows way out. Had to pay his tab with a handful of pebbles. For selling glowing magical wishing rocks. Banned for bringing trouble to the tavern we definitely don't need and definitely don't want to have again. Professor. Not actually a real professor. Crash. Banned for sleep eating other characters' food. Using magic to awaken the bar stools, which they unionized and walked out. Okay, that's cute. I like that. Okay. Oh, I just have an autosave. Act 4, The Wake. Part 23, The Wheel of Fortune. So for those who missed the stomach churning thing last time, one party went to go forge a magical sword to fight the bad guy, Quasar. And turns out that flood that happened a while back put out the flame we were going to use to forge the magic sword. So it can't happen anymore. And the other party went to fight Quasar before he was going to get a different magical weapon. He knew about that because that bird that was in our tavern the whole time had been a spy for him. So he knew what we were doing and when. So he just got there first. He got the weapon, fought that group to a standstill, just rezzing anything that died around him as a revenant, and then killed Tia. Killed our blonde-haired dragon priestess lady. And then revived her as an undead. Which is fucked. So, this is gonna be some heavy talk. Because we had a fight last time. Also, Fable's been missing for a while. Someone should go after Clay at some point. We'll need his help. We don't have time to let ourselves fall apart right now. Easy for you to say, you weren't there. Carolyn's right. We'll have time to feel defeated once we're dead. Right now, all is not lost. Not yet. Sure, it's just a bit hard to buy this never give up shit right now. If you know how to salvage all of this, feel free to share with the class. I'm serious. I won't even roll my eyes at any heroic speeches right now. Yeah, I figured. So what? Do you just want to give up? I don't know. Clay was right. It's getting pretty hard to see the point. That's exactly what got us into this mess to begin with. What? Your failure? No. This bleeping ambivalence. I think you guys need to take a good hard look at reality. I don't like betting on losing horses. Of course. Didn't have pro bono today? How much it'll cost you to get... How much will it cost to get you interested again? Oh, you can bleep right off. Ulyssia. What's up, Dave? Think this through. What would you even do? Where would you go? Don't patronize me for trying to save myself. Dave's right, there won't be anywhere to go soon. I don't want to hear it, Innkeeper. What do you even know? All you do is sit here and watch everything fall apart around you. Don't you dare lecture me on this. I don't think that's very fair of you to say. You really want to talk about fair? Must be easy, huh? All up on your high horse watching us struggle every day? Now all you can do is spare some half-assed commentary and a few pleasantries. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you mercenaries cared so much. Ooh, that's a bad response. Well, I got there in the end. Did you? Should have figured. Seems why that bird spying on us all this time was also just a footnote to you. Hey. You always go on and on about your responsibilities as an innkeeper. It's your duty to serve anyone that walks through those doors. That necromancer bleep walked in here. Would you offer him an ear and listen to his story? Would you serve Eltheria's murderer with a drink the same smile you do for us? Hey, maybe he'd bring her corpse along. Good thing you already know what drink to serve her. That's cruel. What are you defending him? Why are you defending him? You should be just as pissed as me. That elf is gone because he couldn't get over his ego, right? For all we know, Fable could be dead in a ditch somewhere. We wouldn't know. My drinks aren't miracle tinctures. They can't move mountains. But they could provide the edge between life and death, couldn't they? And you decided to refuse them that help because you were petty. Not like it matters now. Don't talk like Fable's already dead. Maybe you should have thought harder before letting Fable walk away like that. What happened to believing in them? If there's even a chance they might come back, I'll keep the tavern doors open. Good to know you seem to have somewhat of a heart. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know what else you want me to say. Just try to say something that doesn't make it sound like you've already given up. Like you didn't give up the moment things turned rough in the chasm. That was different. People were dying. A lot of people will die soon, because we ran. So unless you have some big idea for how to fix this world... Oh, I know. You could just set up another hit, Dave. That way someone else can take care of your problems again. It just won't be me this time. Innkeeper, Carolyn, it's been real. Or not. Risking Clay's temper seems more meaningful than sitting here, so goodbye. She does have a point, doesn't she? I don't know what to do anymore. On our way back from the Highlands, I was thinking. I could just go see my family. But would I even reach them before the sun sets for the last time? I could have tried. Instead, I'm here. Not sure why. There must be something left to do. Maybe, if we have the element of surprise with your sword, we might... No. This sword can't save the world, and neither can I. Oh, it's just hard cuts there. I'm sorry. Fable? What happened to you? Am I seeing things? Fable. Hello, everyone. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome back. I'm back. Somebody pinch me. Ow. I said pinch, not punch, Carolyn. That wasn't a punch. I'll show you. Wait, it's really me. Even though I do look a little different. Is it weird? No, it suits you. Looking badass, Elfie. Thanks. I like it too. I like the horns. They look very, horny. No, that just sounds wrong. Let me try again. Take your time. They are very pretty. Beautiful. Effervescent. Do you need one of your own drinks, innkeeper? Well, what I really want to say is... I'm so glad you're okay, Fable. And I'm happy you're back. I'm really happy to see you as well, innkeeper. And there's so much for all of us to talk about. Wait, before that, First and foremost, I want to say that I'm truly sorry. I should never have refused to make you a drink. No matter what insecurities I was dealing with. I should never have let them get in the way of keeping you safe. I made it back, didn't I? And I thank the dragons for that. But I still ended up acting like a giant hypocrite. None of my encouragement was ever given in falsehood, yet learning to trust in the abilities I knew you had. It was hard to trust you while the worry for your well-being was eating me whole. The worry of losing a friend? Don't you mean a regular? No, you're my friend, Fable. If you'll still have me. You know, I thought a lot about our last conversation. I was upset at first, but most of all I was afraid. Afraid that we'd never talk again. And I didn't know if I ever wanted to come back to this tavern. Maybe the me from a few weeks ago would have just stayed away, but... You're really important to me too, Innkeep. And I wanted to be brave for both of us. So I came back to hear you out. And I'm happy I did. Glad you're both finally able to resolve this. That conversation must have really eaten into your word count for the day, Innkeeper. Worth it. But yes, you'll have to carry me... You have to carry me from here on out, Dave. Try my best. Oh, right. Guys, we don't have time to chat. There's this necromancer that stole Ur's axe. I don't know who he is or what he wants to do with it. But we have to stop him. Why are you guys looking at me like that? It might be good to get everyone up to speed. You go first, Fable. You got us at the edge of our seats. Well, as you know, I was searching for Melly around the portal to the Twilight Chasm. I couldn't find any clues, not with the devastation left after the flood. And then a thought struck me. What if Melly was pulled through into the portal by the waves? That would have been a nightmare, literally. And even if I could swear I saw the shadows around the portal moving, or the fact that it's the entrance to the plane called the Nightmare Realm, I couldn't just abandon my friend, so I went through the portal. How did that go for you? To be honest, I barely remember what happened when I first went through. The distorted landscape, the giant gangly creatures roaming around, my heart was beating out of my chest. All my blood was in my ears again. Eventually I found an alcove that gave me some shelter, but I just couldn't stop freaking out. My blind panic had run so far away from where I entered. The chance of finding any traces of Melly was almost zero. So, what did you do next? I must have fallen asleep. What? Excuse me? Well, all that running and worrying got me so exhausted I must have just passed out. It was weird falling asleep in such a strange place. I couldn't remember any dreams afterwards, just this sense of disquiet and unease. When I woke up, the Twilight Chasm looked different to me. It didn't scare me so much anymore. Moreover, I felt almost melancholic as I regarded its deep purple horizons. And suddenly, close to my alcove were spiky mountains with the sky. I saw entrances to tunnels that hadn't been there before. My curiosity got the better of me and I ventured inside. The deeper I went, the more I started seeing veins of precious stones lining the walls. And soon the tunnels widened into a huge cave. I mean, it was huge, gigantic. I wasn't even able to see the ceiling anymore. Turns out somehow I'd stumbled from the Twilight Chasm into the center of the plane, not the dragon, but in front of me was the sleeping form of the Elder Dragon themselves, looking more awake than they should have been. I can only guess the water covering the floor must have roused them. The flood had even managed to reach Ur's cavern. You mean the dragon that, if woken too early, will bring about the end of everything while was awake? Yes. Great. Another apocalypse. Do we get double points for a combo? Wait. I haven't even finished my tale yet. But you're right. It didn't look good, especially when the necromancer appeared. I hid behind a formation of stalagmites as soon as I noticed him. Something about his presence and armor seemed off. He was followed by a couple of undead creatures just in farmer's clothing. I was still debating whether to reveal myself or not when he began casting a strange spell. A green mist started coalescing around Ur's head, then their eyes flew fully open. I was stunned when I saw their gaze. Their presence had suddenly become stifling. Whatever strange visions the Vis revealed seemed to enrage them. Their roar must have shaken the whole plane. While was distracted, the necromancer tried to retrieve the fabled axe, wrapped in their tail. It was a gut feeling, but I just couldn't let him take that axe. I had to stop him. But as he took hold of the large weapon, he turned to look right at me. My legs felt like goo. I was shaking so bad it was hard to draw breath. I knew at that moment I should try and fight him. Should I try to fight him, I would die. It was by pure luck that in that moment, shook off the mist and lunged for the intruder. The undead creatures used their bodies to shield him, shattering upon impact with Ur's claws. While the necromancer cast the same mist spell again. The spell connected with ease, giving him the precious seconds he needed to escape. For a while, nothing happened. There was just silence. I think desperation made me brave, or blind to consequences, but I could hesitate no longer. That necromancer was to use the axe for evil while I had the chance to stop him and didn't. So I abandoned my hiding spot and ran towards begging them for help. You just asked an Elder Dragon for help. Yes, it seemed like it was my only option at the time. How did they answer? With a riddle? Went something like this. Gems and jewels I create, yet my most precious treasure I still await. Sought by many, found by the lucky, it blessed the oldest and youngest before it struck me. No mortal stands against it, an immortal's delight. So close to death, unseeing you find. What little mortal do I seek? I have no idea. I was never really good at riddles. I prefer a more hands-on approach. Just admit you don't have the patience. We have that in common. To be honest, I could barely think past all the emotions warring within me. And so I just said the first thing on my mind. I told them how much I didn't want to answer a riddle just then. Saving people shouldn't depend on getting a riddle right. And if Ur wanted something in the first place, maybe they shouldn't speak in riddles. And communicate clearly instead. Wow. You said that to their face? I got caught up in the moment. It seemed to surprise them, judging by the rumbling chuckle they let out. Eventually, Ur told me all they wanted to do was fall back asleep. Oh, thank you, Labs. So I pulled out my lute and played Ur the Elder Dragon a lullaby. Just as I could see their eyes starting to droop, they lifted one gigantic talon to my forehead. A strange heat ran through my body, and a floating orb of blinding blue fire appeared in front of me. It was so warm and kind. It tickled my nose, and when I couldn't hold my laughter any longer, I, accidentally ate it? Before I could panic about wasting Ur's gift, their gaze let me know everything was fine. That their flame would stay with me from then on, and their strength was their boon to me, to this world. The Maker was included, I guess. That's all there was to it, really. I think that was plenty. That's astonishing. It's not like I did anything special. Anyone in my position would have done the same. Fable. Honey, sweetie, that's not true. No, I think this has Fable written all over it. I did forget to bring a cool trinket back for you. I think you brought back something a lot more important. Hope. Oh! Elfie, are you saying you can actually produce dragonfire now? I think so. I practiced recreating the orb on the way here, but I still have a long way to go. Huh! I feel like I'm missing some context here. Later, I need to go get Rhea now. That was fast. Can't blame her. I heard you might have some dragon fire from your sword. Good to see you back in one piece, Fable. Good to be back in one piece. So, what's the situation? Is there a new plan? Yes. Maybe. We'll need to figure out the details. But it's fair to say we've been giving another shot. Right. So if there's any smithing to be done, you know I'm with you. How long do you think it'll take you to reforge the sword? With that blueprint from the Highlands, it'll go a lot quicker. I'm confident I'll be able to make a darn fine sword. It'll be ready before sunrise. Got no time to waste. Right. I'd still really like to know what we can't waste time on. Let's discuss it with the others. Melly is a lot better at explaining this kind of stuff. She's safe? Yes, she's safe. Innkeep, I trust you'll have some quests locked and loaded for us in the morning? Of course. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, Innkeeper. Rest well, everyone. Okay. It has to be this last quest. Strangers come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. To reach 2 out, wants to go through a never overly complicated rituals. Good thing no cleric would ever aid in something like that. Oh, and that's why he converted Tia, because she's a cleric of the dragons. Oh. Fable was returned from their encounter with Ur with a mysterious ability. Power to create dragonfire. Hope is rekindled at last. Fight of hopes and dreams. All might seem lost, but the fight is not over yet. Quasar can still be stopped at the aperture. He's in the possession of a draconic weapon, but so are we. Thanks to Fable and their newly obtained dragonfire, we were able to forge a weapon to withstand his evil power. That's the last quest. Part 14. Sorry, Part 24, The House of Hope. On the 35th of the Astral Moon. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You don't know how refreshing it is to see you three all together again. Likewise. Did you rest well? Not much, but well. We wanted to spend the whole night planning while Ray worked on the sword, but Una forced us to sleep. She's always valued nap time. Innkeeper, I observed you put up a quest for us. I did. You even thought about defending the roots. Very smart, Innkeeper. Very smart. I assume that means you all did too, right? Of course we did. We made plans and backup plans and teams and everything. What kind of team did you join? Fable's gonna fight that big bad necromancer with the cool new dragon powers. And we'll make sure the zombies don't eat the people. Together with Baya and Archie. We'll evacuate the capital, and Zenith too. There shouldn't be any people around when his undead army arrives. Other than our extermination team, obviously. And that seems reasonable. With Baya's help, it should go quickly, too. Right? First we wanted to ask her to teleport Team Cool Sword to the Aperture, but Baya said she can't talk to trees in the Forbidden Valley. They're too weird. Too weird for Baya. Must be some strange trees. Yeah! I really want to see them, too, but it's too dangerous, so I'll just wait till I'm older. Archie's going to help us convince people in charge about the approaching danger. I'll help providing good arguments and keeping things organized. And Dave will lead our group and scout our escape routes. And after that, you're staying behind for the battle, Dave? No, I'm staying with Melly. I'll bring everyone to safety and protect them there. Not out for revenge? I trust my friends will deliver it for me. I do want the necromancer to be defeated, but I don't want to leave Melly alone again even more. So you want to stay out of it? I want to live. Oh. Plus, Melly will need an assistant. Couldn't ask for a better one. Agreed. Now, I know you didn't put up a quest for evacuation, but could you get me a drink for the road? Something tasty to motivate me? We'll have to convince a lot of people we haven't gone mad. Sure. What secret do you have for me this time? A really big one. What could possibly still surprise me now? My real name. I'm all ears. It's Neil. Neil Broom. It's a stupid name, I know, but I think I'm done pretending to be someone else. So Neil it is. I love it! Neil! It's so cute. I give you a nickname? Neely, Neilchin, Nelly! Like Melly, but with an N. Neil is fine, I think. Neil, it suits you really well. Thank you, Fable. Such a nice name definitely earns you a drink. I was hoping you'd say that. Thank you for helping me be myself. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll make sure Neil is just as charming as Zephyr or Malachite or John, then. I appreciate it. Neil. So that's why there was a Neil quest. Charisma, and he did mention Thunder Sage should work. Actually, I ought to check what the drinks are. Not that one. Yeah, this will work. A sunny breeze. Got all I need for that. That's one of you. And we're topping off with this. Some additional charm, now that you need it. This is delicious, thank you. I hope this will make me more bearable to the townsfolk. I find you plenty bearable. Thanks. Innkeeper? Yes, Fable? I've been meaning to tell you, thank you for everything you've done for me. Hey, Rabbi, thanks for stopping by, and for the good wishes. Without you pushing me to go on that werewolf quest, I wouldn't have gained the confidence to face her. You're one of the best friends I've ever had. Fable, I have a confession to make. Let me guess, you don't actually know how to make hot chocolate. Actually, I recently learned how. Would you like one? You are trying to distract us. Yes, he is, but I'd still like one. I'll accept it when you're done telling us your secrets. I'll trade your confession for the chance to make me a hot chocolate. I see I've taught you well. Alright. This is scarier than I thought it would be. This is my tragic backstory. I can't say that with a straight face. I know, but you can do it. That crazy necromancer. The truth is, I know him pretty well. He's my former best friend. That makes sense. It does. Well, I always knew he was hiding something. When I saw the flowers on the necromancer's armor, it reminded me of the letter you refused to open. Yeah, that letter was something. So, you two were friends? We were in an adventuring party together. It was us and 4 others. Aquia, Aegis, Alkane, and Kia. Oh, it's been ages since I've said their names out loud. We spent quite a few years together. What happened? They died. Our friends, they... Remember the other necromancer you were researching, Melly? Obviously. Is he the reincarnation? Was I right? Not quite, but when we fought her, Karabosia, a couple of times. She was obsessed with immortality and would do anything to get it. To us, it was like a game. She'd do something horrible, we'd stop her goons, she'd get away. We got so used to it, we became careless and arrogant. We didn't quite realize how dangerous she really was. Thinking ourselves invincible, we went on our last fight unprepared. My friends paid for it with their lives. To be able to be honest, I thought that was what would happen to you when you went into the Twilight Chasm. I thought he'd be the end of you. I see. I understand why you were scared. I just wish you would have told me. Me too. When we fought her, they all went down so quickly. Aquia got mind-controlled and sucked down Alkane. Kaya went down trying to heal Aqueous. Or Aegis. Aegis. We tried so hard to keep fighting despite it all. To not give up. And then suddenly... they were all gone. And it was only me. And Quasar. Quasar? Is that his name? Yes. Quasar Duskbringer. Is that his real name? Yes. Jealous? A little. He grew up in the Order of the Starlight. It was a different subsect from Tia's, but I guess the Cassiopeia's servants have a flair for dramatic names. And the fucking ad break hits now of all times. In the middle of my tragic backstory? Be back in a few minutes, everybody.
Yes.
Alright, everybody. Ad break is over. We are back. I'm gonna go back and read a few lines back because I don't know quite when that ad break hit. And they were all gone, and it was only me and Quasar. Quasar, is that his name? Yes, Quasar Dustbringer. Is that his real name? Yes, jealous? A little. He grew up in the Order of Starlight. It was a different subsection from Tia's, but I guess Cassiopeia's servants have a flair for dramatic names. Which is what's on the screen now. We got along almost immediately. The Cassiopean and Leviathan symmetry kicked in right away, I guess. You worship the Great Sea Serpent? Yeah. I'm not much of a cleric or paladin type, though. I prefer more direct communication. Cool. We both had a lot of similar practices, and our party members found weird and off-putting. We both had a lot of similar practices our party members found weird and off-putting. It was fun. But the other necromancer, Carabosia. That one. She died, right? So you defeated her after all? No. Yes. Well, Quasar did. When I saw my friends I was pretty sure it was all over, and that we'd lost. I was hopeless and scared, so I ran. I ran and I didn't stop until I was far too gone to turn back. I get that. Running's pretty easy when you're scared. And that must have been really scary, to lose your friends like that. It was, but it wasn't right to leave them behind. I think it's okay to regret it, but I'm still glad you made it here. I wish I was less of a coward. You're working on it now. I'm trying. Suddenly, there was an explosion of intense magic from where I'd escaped from. I'm pretty sure he used the Soul Shatter spell to defeat her. That sounds... shattering. Like something Hex would use. We stole it from a mad wizard back in the day. It was clearly too dangerous to be used, so we all agreed to keep the scroll safe and untouched. But he didn't. We didn't. We both wanted to study it, despite the warnings. And while the others were partying or getting into tavern brawls or petting were-owls, we studied the scroll that could rip souls asunder. I didn't think either of us ever planned on using it, but we were young and curious. The allure of powerful magic is a difficult one to ignore. I think when I escaped and he refused to run with no other options left, he used it against her. And it shattered Carabosia's soul. He clearly won him the fight, but it didn't bring them back. How have we never heard of any of this? You have, in a way. It happened... 30 years ago? Yes. I was wondering why he opened the first sigil 30 years ago and then waited so long for the others. I guess it was an accident, opening the portals, I mean. That's what it did, right, with her soul? Turned it into a portal? I think so, yes. And now he wants to bring your friends back. We can all relate to that right now. And there's nothing I wouldn't give to see them again, my old friends and Tia too, but... the past has already happened and I can't change it, no matter how much I want to. I want to honor the love they taught me, the ways they changed me, the life I still get to live. They're worth so much that only remembering the worst thing that ever happened to them. Oh, they're worth so much more than only remembering the worst thing that happened to them. And I don't want to destroy myself any more than my cowardice already did. You are a little bit of a coward. You could have told us this at the beginning. I didn't want it to be him, I guess. Nor did I want to choose sides. He's still my friend, even after all he's done. Even after he put on Carabosia's armor and abandoned his oath, I guess no one wants to accept that their friend has become someone unrecognizable to them. I'm sorry that happened to you, to both of you. It feels good to finally say it out loud. Is that weird? Not at all. Do you think we can share this with the others? His name and story, I mean? If you want to. If he'll care, will crush me, though. I'll put it out a good word for you. Do you hate me now? Of course not. You're our friend. Our occasionally stupid, shady, and sad friend, but our friend nonetheless. And Quasar is your friend. I also wouldn't know what to do if I had to fight against my friends. I'd like to think I wouldn't want to hurt them either. But you really do have to start taking your own advice. That's all I've heard. Thank you, Fable. You really are my favorite regular. Good, because you're my favorite innkeeper. So don't go anywhere, okay? Not this time, I promise. Do I get a hot chocolate now, or are we going to be sad for another hour? I'll get you your hot chocolate. Thank you for being patient. You explicitly have to make the hot chocolate. So I don't care about strength, and I care a lot about other stuff. Right? Yeah. I messed that up. It's 2 greens at this point. There we are. Here, hot chocolate, Quincy style. This is perfect. Thank you so much. That's exactly, Perry. It's a weird hot chocolate, kind of. Like it's got like marshmallows in it and cinnamon sticks. I'd drink it. I'd give it a try. No zombie shall stand against my chocolatey veins. I have to go run through the garden now. See you in a bit. Good luck, Fable. Of course you made it. You'd have to. Yeah, exactly. I'll go with her. We'll check in on you guys after we've won. I'd like that. Once we're back, how about some cheesecake and dancing? That sounds lovely. We'll make some flour biscuits too. I'm excited to try those. Be safe out there. You too, Neil. It sounds better when you say it. Can't wait to hear it again. Fable, you gonna get some at the end of all this. Oh yes. Thank you for sharing all that with us, Innkeep. I guess it was finally my turn to be honest. Do you think we'll win this? Yes, I believe in all of you. I know you'll stop him and save us all. Especially with you on the team. You're a really good cheerleader. I know. And even if you don't come back, I'm still glad I got to spend all this time with you. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Me neither, Innkeeper. But don't say goodbyes just yet. I've still got to come back and pick up that quest. I need to check in with the others first, though. I figured. Thank you for everything, Fable. I wouldn't have wished for a better person to share my adventures with. I'll be back in a bit. Be patient. I'll try my best. Rhea, Kyle. Well, hello, Innkeeper. We have returned. Welcome back to my tavern. How are you two doing? Still clinging to those empty lines, are we? You can drop the act now, Innkeep. We all know you're not just a mere babbler, after all. Who told you the good news? Oh, we met this lovely little girl on our way here. Really chatty Kitlin. Maybe she has to overcompensate for that brooding older foster brother of hers. So you know about everything. About your history with the Necromancer? For sure. I have to admit, everything makes a lot more sense now. I'm glad you came back. I think we've all made some mistakes in our pasts. Some of us married evil bleeps, others ran away because they were afraid. What counts is what you do now, Innkeep. For example, how you help us fix your bleep up from 30 years ago. I see you've already put up a quest for us? Good. You're not gonna fight alongside Care? Oh, fight? Who am I fighting? The undead army, you know, the one marching towards the capital? But who am I to blame them? Sounds like a wonderful stroll through nature. They're not strolling, they're eating away at the roots protecting the capital. Oh, that's not very nice. You got that right. And that's why we're gonna stop them. Very well, Darea. You and your cape will be welcome additions to the team. There's also a few more adventurers accompanying us. Scully, Una, Jade, and Inako are going to join in on the fun. Scully. Una. Una, I thought, was out of the game. Jade's helping out. Nice. Iniko. Well, let's hope their chaotic ideas turn out well. They better. Saving the world and capital from destruction? Sounds like a dangerous endeavor. Oh, don't worry. It might just be like a regular adventure. Fantastic! I can't wait to be of help to my dear Aya. I couldn't bear losing like another person so close to me in my lifetime. I know that feeling all too well. You both stop worrying before anything bad has even happened yet? And that reminds me, did the sword turn out well? Ah! Excuse me bragging. It turned out spectacular. I was able to craft a flawless weapon, so deadly yet beautiful. Carrie's Baba really passed an astonishing sword onto her. With the Quasar's opals and those blueprints and the blueprints those priests gave us, it's my best work to date. More than enough even for the Orheart competition. With a little dragonfire, that dragonfire little Elfie acquired, it's also strong enough to withstand Ur's great axe. I already handed my masterpiece over to Care. Just gotta save this world first before I can win me a competition. Are you really sure you don't want to wield the sword yourself? Nah. I've felt my fair share of the undead. I know how to handle them. I'm better off at the capital, and the sword is better off in Care's hands. It belonged to her Baba once, so naturally it's Care's legacy. But there's one more thing you could do. I'm craving one last drink, Rhea. You see right through me. Anything specific you have in mind for today? Just a drink that won't be my last. Mix of something to help us return to your tavern after all this bleep. Agreed, I would love to come back here with my dear Rhea just to reminisce. Very well, I have 2 ideas that could work. I could give you something to enhance your dexterity and intelligence. You can easily predict and avoid all attacks. I'll top it off with a lotus flower for some extra draconic blessings. That'll be a drink for a purely offensive approach. What will the other drink do? That'll be the choice if you want something less violent. A drink that'll enhance your natural charisma as well as up your defense. I'll also add some honey flowers to make it extra persuasive. We'll be trying to collect some allies on the way, so we might need to do some extra convincing. And some additional defense seems like a good idea. But smashing undead creatures' heads together sounds like a lot more fun than talking to them. Not really much of a charmer, you know. Oh, I find you quite charming. Aw, shush. And we also have Lady Evelyn on our side. She definitely knows how to get a dead heart beating once again. I'm speaking from my own experience here. Your ex-wife will be joining us. Absolutely. That's an unexpected turn of events. So she's okay? Of course she is. And that's a relief. Did you two talk it out? We did. And while there's still a long way to go, we started to reconcile. I'll tell you about it after we prevent the world calamity. I'm counting on you. I suppose having a powerful vampire countess on our side isn't entirely bad. Now, what about me drink? Have you decided on one yet? No. Both sound reasonable to me. I'll leave it up to ye. Charm or violence, what will it be? You better choose wisely. Thank you. That's only mildly threatening. See, I like the defense. I want them to live. I want them to talk it out to people, find friends, and fucking live. So it's crown. It would be 1,000 wins. And... yeah, it'd be 1,000 wins. Or a little extra to undo for some good luck. Okay, charisma to bring allies with them, and defense to keep them safe. And that's the best we got. You're right, you'll need all the help you can get. Some charm seems like the right approach. I just hope you're not completely delusional. Me too. Better restock your supplies, innkeeper. You're gonna need a whole lot of drinks. I'll take your word for it. May you return successful. Be careful, you're starting to sound like some random NPC again. Let's go, Kyle. And pick up your ex-wife. See you later. Until then, dear innkeeper. Stay safe, you two. I'm back. And I see you brought care with you. What a pleasant surprise. Good to see you, too. We're taking this quest, if you couldn't tell. I'm guessed as much. You're not going alone, I hope. Of course not. We're just waiting up for the others. Foy, Hex, and Grace will be joining us. We're keeping the team small because it'll probably be really hard to get there. But I think Carolyn could probably defeat him all by herself anyways. I don't know. I'll work better on a team. I think we all work better when we know we don't have to go through terrifying experiences on our own. All part of the humanoid experience, I suppose. No philosophizing before a big quest, please. But I love my philosophizing. We know. Are you... scared and excited? Yeah, both. But it's not the worst combo. We're excited for an epic fight and scared because we care about this world and each other. And that seems like a good thing. I guess if I didn't care, I wouldn't feel so worried about I wouldn't feel so worried about all of you either. Can't talk tonight. Good to be worried in a way. I thought I could do without this feeling of ants running around in my stomach. Me too. I'm glad you care. Would you say you care, Lynn? Okay, sorry. The new sword of yours, Kara, does it have an appropriately epic name? I asked Rhea that, too. She told me to name it. And? Lynn panicked. Said, it's just a great sword, so for now its name is just a great sword. Very creative. Luckily, the most commonly translated name for Ur's great axe is just a great axe. So Carolyn's name fits in right with the naming convention. I knew that, of course. Of course. So you've got just a great sword, unexplored dragon powers, and a quest. All that's missing is a drink? A drink. It'd be foolish of me to let you walk out of here without any help again. A little. I mean, you are a bit of a fool either way. And don't think I'll just forget about whatever you and that Quasar guy got going on. We'll be for sure talking about that once we stopped him. And that's fair. Are you mad at me? Huh. No. I guess we all have people we're scared to talk about. But you were right. Past always come back to haunt us. Whether werewolf or necromancer. I can handle the past. So long as you guys promise to haunt me for a long while, too. We'll give it our best. So Fable, what drink should he get you? What drink should he get you? Well, I think I should play to my strengths, but I'm not sure which one I should focus on. On the one hand, dexterity would make me swifter with a bow, and it always helps me fast and evasive. On the other hand, Voi's been teaching me how to combine magic and music to support people. I think a powerful pep talk or healing word can go a long way, so charisma could work too. Innkeeper, I'll leave the choice up to you. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I think both I like both sides of myself. Just make me your favorite charisma drink, your favorite dexterity drink. A favorite drink for a favorite customer coming right up. I had to send you off with a fucking swift strike, I swear to God. We're going hot chocolate. Because fuck it, that's why. Fighting skills could really come in handy for this. And speed too, that way you can always run. Ha! Ah. Thank you, I feel fast and ready for battle now. Maybe I'll even have time to pick up some new ingredients for you on my way back. Focus on getting yourself back first. I'll think about writing up a fresh grocery quest later. So, does your ex-paladin have any weaknesses? His arrogance. He still can't see himself losing. Nor does he think he has any weaknesses. And he can't imagine you having something equally important to fight for. But he's fighting for something that's already dead. You are fighting for something still alive. Make the most of it. Either way, best of luck. Thank you. I hope you don't mind me kicking your friend's ass. Tell him I sent you. Huh, I'll deliver your cutting words myself. Do you mind if we wait here for the others? Not at all. Grab yourself a table and some, I still don't have any snacks, actually. Don't worry, I brought some biscuits. Well then, have some biscuits. I'll set up a table. Why don't you sell cookies? I was never very good at baking. Maybe you should. Hey, it's Clay. You can finally breathe a sigh of relief, everyone. The face and muscle have arrived. You're all saved. Hooray. Okay, I was trying to make this less awkward, and I see I've made it worse. It's okay, boy. Some situations call for a little bit of awkwardness. I am... Care innkeeper, I'm sorry. It's okay, I get it. I'd be mad too. I'm just glad you came back. Thank you for welcoming me back. Anytime. Yeah, Clay, listen, I'm sorry too. You needed us and we... There's nothing you could have done. I needed some time alone to be miserable. Thank you for still being here for me when I came back. Anytime, bud. How you feeling? Not the best. I miss her a lot. Me too. She's... I know. And I feel pretty powerless without her here. But Dave was right. She would have hated if we just gave up now. I don't want to abandon the world she loves so much. We have to try and save it. It's Neil now, I think. But yeah, we owe it to her to try. And she deserves a proper ending, too. Not to fade into some sort of puppet of his. You're always looking out for her. I know she really appreciated that. And you're always looking out for us. I'm sorry I got so angry about that bird. We're all trying our best. No, you were right. I should do better. Let's try to do better together. I'd like that. God damn, look at that boy's smile. Good job, you three. That wasn't so hard now, was it? It was very hard. But it was worth it. Thanks for dragging me here, boy. You got it. I've heard you're joining too, boy. Of course I am. What would everyone do without my priceless encouragement and skillful illusions? But I'm dying to hurl the worst insults known to dragonkind at that man. Don't hold back on my account. Would you like a drink to help you with that? Nah, I think I've got it covered this time. Can't wait to hear your epic battle ballad about it. Oh, you will. Could I have a drink? I think I could use a little something. Like, some defense maybe? I don't know how else I'll handle this without Tia. I'll try my best to whip up some liquid support. Steel tonic. No, that actually works. Boop. It's not quite Eltheria. Elethria. I can't say her name. It's not quite Thea, but this is as much defense as I can give you. Thank you. This reminds me of her in the best way possible. I really needed that. Feel a bit better? Lots, actually. Coolio! Just missing the two wizards now. We should wait for them with Fable. And with Fable's biscuits. Oh, there's biscuits?! I'm glad they picked up snack duty. Me too. I'm glad you're okay, big guy. Thank you. Now come on, before Voy starts his inevitable grand speech without us. Did someone say speech? No, this way. I'll miss this. Maybe I should start offering food? No. Anda would go crazy. The stars of the show have finally arrived. Mavoy is already here. I don't think we can compete with that. Oh, come on, don't kill my vibe. You spend too much time with Inigo. Impossible. Are they also why you're late? We were busy doing research, okay? Turns out we have a little bit of a problem. You mean besides the crazy necromancer with the god complex and the god's weapon trying to kill death? Besides that, yes. Wonderful. What is it? Quasar needs to go through the astral portal in the aperture to reach Tuat in his crazy apocalypse thing. We figure he'll be able to use the portal without issue because of Tia, or what's left of her. First, he has to get to the aperture somehow, of course. As a former paladin of Cassiopeia, getting to her portal shouldn't be a problem for him. That's what we thought, which is where our problem comes in. We know he's attempting this tonight. Because of the transition between the astral moon and the dying moon and all that jazz. Which means we also have to get there very fast, but teleporting into the Forbidden Valley isn't exactly easy. It's a weird natural magic that makes it a hazard for any self-respecting wizard. You're basically guaranteed to teleport yourself into a tree. Even Baya couldn't help. We're a bit stuck. Got any ideas? I'm good at teleporting drinks, not people, so not exactly. Grace, you've been awfully quiet. Do you have an idea? I do. You do? Yes, but I knew you'd say no, so I decided to pitch it to the innkeeper instead. Please go ahead. Remember those spells Hex found? Weren't exactly that many to remember. Can't wait to try out that soul-binding one. Don't. You'd risk your own soul. I meant the teleportation spell. The one that can teleport you anywhere. That one. The one that could kill you. I think I could use it to teleport a small group right into the Astral Sea. Somewhere close to the portal so that they can find Quasar easily. That would be great. No, it wouldn't. Well, it... Did you miss the part where it could kill you? With my modifications, it has a whole 30% chance of succeeding without stripping me of all my mana. That's a 70% chance of death. We don't have a lot of options. This isn't an option. We'll find something else. Another way. With what time exactly, Hexagon? Fine, sure, I'll cast it then. Don't be silly, you're awful at teleportation. Plus, it's more stable if the caster stays behind. And you're a much better fighter than I am. They'll need you at the aperture. And I need you alive. I won't be alive if we don't stop him. I know what I'm doing, just trust me. Absolutely not. I won't let you sacrifice yourself for some useless heroics. Either I cast it or we don't do this at all. This is Grace's choice. Let her make it. She makes stupid choices sometimes. She's too good for this world, and it'll kill her. So you'd rather shape her into something she's not? Don't you love her the way she is? More than anything, her heart is what makes her so special. Then let her keep it. If you want to save this world, this is the only way. What's the point of this world if it doesn't have you in it? Hex. The world without me is what you fear so much. It will exist one day. Well, that world you fear without me will exist. Yeah. No matter what we do today. But it doesn't exist right now, and you keep acting like it does. I'm just worried. You're so worried about the possibility of me being gone. You treat me like I'm already a ghost. The time we have, it's so short. I know. I'm scared too. I don't want to die either. But I can't miss out on living, pretending I'm already dead. You have plenty of time to mourn me when I'm gone. Right now, I need you to love me. I'm so scared, Grace. I don't know what to do without you. You'll figure it out. You won't be alone even when I'm gone. It's not the same. I know. But let's focus on what you can do right now while we're still together. We can save this world. If only you let me live. I guess I can't keep you in a glass case like some sort of spell scroll. Even though I'd come up with great riddles to trap you there. I'd solve them instantly. Heh, you would. Do you really want to do this? I can help. This is how I can help. You don't have to... I want to. Let her be her own person, Hex. She deserves this. You'll make it out of this, okay? You have to promise me you'll make it out of this. I promise. And then we'll have a tea party. So many of them. I love you, Gracie. I love you too, Hexy. Alright, I guess if anyone can handle casting a crazy, probably cursed teleportation spell, it's probably you. Or the innkeeper, but I guess you're not volunteering. Unless you all want to permanently be transformed into drinks, I can't help you. Good thing you've got me then, to cast this spell and keep yourself company afterwards. I'll stay behind to ensure the spell's stability and improve the chances of keeping my promise. Sounds lovely. Would you like a drink to assist you in this matter? No. I think I'd like to keep destiny in my own hands today, but thank you. Let's do it then. Before I change my mind and lock you in a tower. I'd like to see you try. Alright, are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be. You better keep her well hydrated while I'm gone, innkeeper. Will do. See you soon. You can count on that. Looks like everyone else is ready to go as well. So shush and let me concentrate. Did it work? I think so. They all disappeared. Phew. That was... Oh, dragons, that was so close. I felt it like all my insides were being pulled through my nose. But you made it. But we made it. Can't believe I've got the greatest witch of our generation hanging out in my tavern. That's what the best innkeeper of our generation deserves. Speaking of which, can I get a drink? Something to make my brain feel like it's melting a little less? Of course, Grace. You can have as many drinks as you want. Do you think about making endless drinks might distract us from worrying so much? It might. I'll consider it then, but let's start with one. Let's. Brain drink. She wanted a brain drink, right? Yeah, brain drink. Two of these. Should be one of these. Alright, Peaks Sunrise. And these brain drink, yes. Yes, brain drink, good. Emergency anti-brain melting liquid just for you. Thank you. I think my synapses are putting themselves back together. And now, we wait. We wait. Thank you for keeping me company. Anytime. Oh, hello. Hello there. I'm Quincy. Grace, nice to meet you. Likewise. What are you two up to? Looks like a whole lot of worrying. Waiting, mostly. Mind if I wait with you? No, not at all. Well, let us wait together. Joint Forces Achievement. Well, the world didn't end. Part 25. Final Lullaby. First of the Dying Moon. Good morning, Grace. You're up early. Couldn't sleep? Not really. I kept waking up every hour or so. Eventually just gave up, and I heard you moving around down here, so I'll gladly accept your company while I clean. Thank you. We're back, Innkeeper. Welcome back, adventurers. You're practically beaming, Fable. That's just the sun. Have you been outside today? The good weather seems antithetical to my worrying. Ha! Mind if I set down my sword, or will that make you worry more? Please feel free. I'm hesitant to ask, but your smile seems to indicate good news to be told. Damn, that's a mighty good sword. Fuck. It's safe to say we'll have many more opportunities to try your drinks. And everyone made it back safe and sound? Yeah. We're all okay. Actually, Hex and Voy are outside safe and loud. We should probably put a stop to their antics soon. Voy might explode for real if Hex keeps up his teasing. Innkeeper Owl? Go. No need to wait around any longer. Thank you. Someone has to go to poor Voy's rescue. Someone who's ready to give Hex a taste of his own medicine? Perhaps. For now, I just want to tackle my brother into a hug. I'm so glad to see you all safe, everyone. Let's catch up later. I believe victory drinks are in order. Perhaps later, when I've calmed down a little bit more. I'll wait until the feast. Feast? I think that's what people do after saving the world, no? We gotta celebrate. Don't tell me you're pulling out, Innkeeper. I'd appreciate a drink. Anything in particular you're craving? Something soft, please. Like a shield that protects you from harm, or a hug that makes you feel safe. Got it. Defense drink. Oh, I was so worried I was going to pick the wrong choice for them. But they took out Quasar. Or at least it sounds like that. A mighty drink for a mighty good friend. And made by a mighty good innkeeper. This is just what I needed. Thank you. Alright, I believe it's time for my story. It'll be the best you've heard from me yet. Our tale begins not so far from here, in the capital, with the other group. They're safe, the roots and the people. Local government wouldn't believe them about the danger, so it was a close call. But it sounded like they got everyone out in time. And all that was left was kicking some undead ass. Kyle said they had a lot of help too, like... he and Countess Evelyn decimated a whole section of the undead army all by themselves. But then the Wyvern Chimera defended the city gates together with the Hydra and the Gwyver. The Banshee and the Mary Morgan answered Baya's call and scared some of the skeletons to dust. A powerful wizard and a bunch of familiars and former familiars showed up with claws and fire at the ready. Skelly convinced the Everbloom Archive's bleak stalkers to come to our aid. After they heard about Tia, they were furious. Even Neil's parents showed up with a group of retired adventurers from Borkram. And with Skelly's union for the Undead Alliance at the ready, not all of them had to be killed. Skelly and many of Quasar's undead creatures deserted and joined our side. Uncle Dragon came by and helped too, together with a werewolf settlement from the Ashen Grove. I'm glad to hear the old fool still got some guts in him. Sounds eventful. But the team won? They won. Not to toot our own horn, but so did we. It was exhilarating and also exhausting. Grace managed to teleport us exactly where we needed to go. The Astral Sea was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. Tia had told me so much about it, but I didn't prepare me for how mesmerizing it was. On one side were the sprawling nebulas of Cassiopeia, and on the other a portal of swirling dark blood leading back into the aperture. Below our feet, the ancient blood of the first vampires stained a river of the Astral Sea a deep red. It would lead us directly to Quasar and an undead Tia. But the water was deep, too deep for us to wade through. There weren't exactly any boats around, so Clay called out the sun humpback whale to help. It showed up in a shower of stardust and allowed us to ride on its back. Once we got closer, we didn't have to wait very long before being bombarded by spells. I made sure to answer with my own volley of arrows blazing with dragonfire. Still, the fight was tough. Having the sun whale there definitely helped, even though Quasar banished it whenever it got too close. Both Quasar and Tia barely gave us any time to breathe. Seeing her again, fighting for everything she used to despise, made me so angry. I let my fury guide me and I managed to lead her away from Quasar. Her movements were less graceful and undeath, and it looked like the water of the Astral Sea was clinging to her legs. I don't know what it was in the end, our voices calling out to her, being so close to Cassiopeia. But right before her weapon could swing down once more, instead of pain, I felt her healing magic. And she smiled. She managed to shake off Quasar's control to help her friends. Meanwhile, we were battling Quasar. Fable and I were leading the charge. I got in his face as much as possible, while Fable swooped in any time things got diced with some well-shot arrows. I was barely able to keep track of Fable's position with their movement speed, but I didn't need to. Knew they'd have my back. X kept Quasar from concentrating on any annoying spell for too long with a barrage of fireballs. You guessed it. And Void didn't hesitate to heal and buff us. Never really understood music fanatics, but after that, I might have to check out one of his shows. Eventually, the tide of battle started turning in our favor. While we had each other to back up, as backup, Quasar was alone. And he was starting to get real tired. That was our opportunity. I called on the flame deep inside me and let several pillars of dragonfire cut off any escape routes. I realized what Fable was trying to do. Suddenly all the doubt about worthiness that had been eaten at me during the fight disappeared. I wasn't doing this for honor to gain the dragon's favor. Glory laughs in the face of legacy. Worthiness was never something that could be given to me. It was something for me to grasp. And all I had to do was walk forward and protect my people. And at that moment I did. My slash struck true. Quasar looked neither enraged nor shocked, just hide. Then he dropped to the ground and stayed down. I felt a bit sad for him. I didn't. Quasar made his choices, whether we like it or not. And we earned that victory. We did. All we could do was stare at the battlefield, barely realizing it was over, when we heard Clay crying. We turned to see him and Tia hugging as her body started to dissolve in bright speckles of starlight. The light eventually gathered into a bright sphere above our heads. Then it steadily rose into the dark distance where it became brighter and brighter. She became a star. I couldn't believe it. My Tia became a star. Oh fuck, this is actually getting to me. And she wouldn't stay alone up there. Together her and the sun whale will guide all who are lost through the night. Knowing that, it might give me the strength to live on like she would have wanted. Trust me, even if it feels impossible. One day the sun will rise and the happiness she gave you will outweigh the grief. I look forward to that day, Innkeeper. Until then, I'll just keep on trying. There are still so many wonders in this world. With her watching over me, I want to see them all. And one day, I might get to tell her all about them. And that sounds wonderful, Clay. I think all of us feel a little better with her up there. Couldn't agree more. That means everyone should be able to get here sometime soon, then? Huh? For the feast? Ah, didn't think you'd actually agree. Can't think of a better way to spend an evening than celebrating with all my friends. Maybe even tonight? We'll see when everyone has had their rest. We have time now, thanks to all of you. I won't run out of drinks so long as you don't run out of stories. And you'll have to tell this epic tale a few times more before I grow tired of it. I'd like nothing more than that, Innkeeper. Party time! Who would like some barbecue? Nice. Ooh. Song is pretty. Oh, it's Grace and Hex and Voy. That's cute as fuck. That's Clay, Jade, and Melly, maybe? I think that's Melly. You can see the tail. She's wearing his skull. Oh, the sheep disappeared too. Was that one of the special sheep? That's Clay and a bunch of animals. Grace, Archie. Oh, there's Scully. Oh, and the cloak was probably Kyle. Kyle wearing his cloak invisibility that turns him invisible, but nothing else. Una. Oh, I didn't realize Una had a peg leg too. And Voy, Grace, Scully, and Kyle. Who's on the roof there? Oh, that's Jade. See a little bit of the green. Melly and Neil. Grace and Hex. Babel. Oh no, they're gonna break the bow. Oh, I love this. This is great. Oh, because they already did break a bow. Archie Oh, Iniko's putting the moves on Voy. Grace and Hexy. There's Baya. Oh, they got that kiss. And there's Neil and Rhea. Rhea, who's covered with a red slime. Oh, Kyle has a red slime now, too. Oh, I like that. Never a memory of Chrissy. Nice. And that's Baya. Is Baya holding up the legendary sword there? And those two are cute over there. Una, Carolyn, Archie, Jade, Scully. Okay, Una's fixing something up. That looks like Archie, Rhea, Care, Grace. Are they knitting or what are they doing? Doing a dollhouse thing with Melly. Neil's there. I don't know what this is. I think those are dolls Hex is playing with. That's Jade and Neil. Baya going through a portal and coming out over here. Hex, Grace, Clay, Fable, Melly, Boy. That sheep is back. Ondu preciously defending its territory. Melly, Fable, Archie, Care, Jade, Clay, Iniko. Nice, nice. Look at all these little scenes at the end. I wish we got to see more of these through the over the course of the game. There's the dragons. There's my second dragon. Karen, Fable, Melly, Hex blew himself up, Iniko. Yep. Oh, there's Hex's hat in the back. I like this credit sequence. This is good. This is really, really sweet. Ah, there's Fable and Neil on the roof. Rhea, Scully, Jade, Clay. Wait. Who are these two? Looks like Ophia, but not. Who are you? Una, Jade. Two Voys, I guess. Grace transformed themselves. Hex is laughing. Voy is down here blushing. Oh, food's out for the feast. Care, Una, Iniko, Jade, Voy, Fable, Archie, Scully, Kyle, Rhea.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Alright, I'll drink. Okay. Where's Hex in this picture then? Oh, he's at the top with Melly and Neil. Oh, it's not a still image. It actually does have moving bits. Well, I guess it has stuff in the background moving too, but... Oh, and there's Baya in the background. Hey, she's got a dragon on her hat. And what is this? Somebody get transformed into something weird? Who's missing? And there's 2 stars in the distance. So Tia and the whale. Nice little effect. Oh boy, it is just a list of names now. I don't want to hit back, but I also don't want to sit here and just look at names either. I think we're at the end, though. Yeah, and that's Tavern Talk. I'll wait till people get back from the ad break, and then we are probably going to raid out to somebody. So let's check and see. Alright, so let's see who we can raid into. Whoop. Actually, let me refresh Twitch so that I can see all the people. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Stream anniversary. Someone doing some Bloodborne. And then just the usual big people at the top. Yeah. Alright, everybody. Welcome back. The ads sequence finished. Oh, not the ad sequence. The credit sequence finished. And the ads are done too. So we have beaten Tavern Talk. And that's it. Game's done. Apparently there is a fast forward feature that speeds you through stuff. So. But yeah. Good game. I'll have to review it again sometime once Steam lets me do reviews again. Which I haven't tried since the last time they yelled at me, but it's a little bit funny. Anyway. I know who I want to raid. Because I'm going to her stream after we're done here anyways, so I might as well raid in. Because it makes sense to do that. But we're going over to Iris. Who's fighting a mimic right now. Lovely. Good. Go Iris. Good luck to you. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a wonderful time tonight. A wonderful time with this game. And I will see you again tomorrow for some more Fury. I'm going to be playing that. All right, take care, everybody. And have a good rest of your night. I'll see you.